O consonant silent E. So to know when to use what, you're going to use an O to spell the O sound whenever you can. If one of the next two letters is another vowel, then you're going to use an O. You're going to use an OA if it comes at the beginning or in the middle, usually of a short word, to spell the O sound. Today we're going to learn about O consonant silent E, and that usually comes at the end of longer words. It has some exceptions, but that has a lot of information that I don't want to overload you with. So today we're going to focus on the O consonant silent E being at the end of multisyllable words, which is going to be where you're going to see it most often. All right, so let's practice. Let me share my screen. There we are. All right, so let's do this one together. Let's do the word Cawbope. Cawbope. Let's do the sound, the first one together. K, A, B, O, P. Consonants. Whenever you hear a K sound, I want you to spell it with a C. Okay? So we have K, A, B, O, P. Vowels. For the ah sound, I'm going to start with an O, but I can't leave it like that because there's a vowel one or two doors away, so that O would be forced to say O, and I want it to say ah, Cawbope. So in order for that to happen, there has to be two consonants after it. If there's not two, make two. Now it can say ah. Now for this O sound here, I can use an O if there is another vowel in the next one or two spots, and the best vowel to choose for your vowel team is an O consonant silent E if it's at the end of a multi-syllable word like this. So if this was a short word like coat, I'm going to use the OA, or oat, the OA, or float, the OA. But in longer words, if it's more than one vowel that don't touch, if it's a multisyllable word, we're going to use O consonant silent E. This E is going to join this P on this line because the lines don't represent letters, they represent sounds. All right, your word is mopode. Mopode. Go ahead. Mopode. Yeah, go ahead and put it in the chat for me. Good. Mopode. Nice. So consonants, we have m, a, p, o, d. Vowels. Can I use just a regular O to spell the ah sound here? I can, as long as there's two consonants after it. If there's not two, make two. Okay? And then for the O sound at the end, it does need another vowel, and I'm going to choose the E at the end because it's at the end of a multi-syllable word. So I'm not going to choose the A to put right here because it's not a short word. I'm going to choose the silent E because it's at the end of a multi-syllable word. Does that make sense? OA for the beginning and middle, O consonant silent E at the end of multi-syllable words. Yeah? Okay. Number 2. I want blown pote. blown pote. Together. B, l, o, m, p, o, t. Consonants. B, l, o, m, p, o, t. Blown pote. Okay, how are we going to spell this O sound here? Well, I can't leave it just an O because that would say ah because of those two consonants after it. It needs another vowel 1 or 2 doors away. So what are my choices? Well, I can't use a silent D because it's clear over here and it has to be just 1 or 2 letters away, right? That's way too many letters away. So my only other choice is an OA right here. What about this one for the O sound? I can use an O if there's a vowel here or here. There's not one, so I'm going to make one. I'm going to choose a silent D because it's at the end of a multi-syllable word. Is this making sense? Put a Y in the chat if you are picking up what I'm trying to throw down here. Y in the chat if this is making sense. Good. Nice. Yeah, we use a O consonant silent D at the end of multi-syllable words. All right, so there's a couple, not quite sure on this. So I'm going to go nice and slow on this next one. But I want to set you up for success. So I'm going to tell you right now on this next one, your last 3 letters are going to be a O consonant silent E. These are going to be your last 3 letters. I don't know what the consonant is yet. You have to figure that out. But it's going to be a O consonant silent E. Okay? All right. Your word is clone taupe. Clone taupe. Go ahead. Clone taupe. Clone taupe. Yeah, let me see it. Yep. Nice. All right, consonants. Whenever you hear k, use a C. Spell it with a C. I'll tell you when it's otherwise in its own lesson. C is going to be the letter that you're going to use to spell the k sound 23 out of 26 times. So if you must make an educated assumption, spell the sound with a C. So our sounds are k, l, o, n, t, o, p. Now for this O sound right here, can I leave it with just an O? No, because there's a consonant there, a consonant there. If that was to say O, it would need a vowel there or there. So if I wanted to say O, I have to add a vowel. I'm going to choose the OA. That's really my only choice for the O sound in the middle at the beginning like that. And then for the O sound at the end, I can't leave it with just an O right there because I would say top. It needs another vowel to say O 1 or 2 doors away. I'm going to choose the silent E at the end because O consonant silent E is going to be the common spelling at the end of long words. There you go. All right, number 3. Let's do, let's do crom pone. Crom pone. Sounds first. K, a, m, p, o, n. Consonants. K, a, m, p, o, n. For the ah sound, I can use an O right here just fine because there are 2 consonants after it. For the O sound, I must put a silent E at the end. There is crompone. Yeah? All right, your word is flawn dope. Flawn dope. Go ahead. Flan dope. Flan dope. Nice. All right. You guys are, this is getting a little easy for you now, isn't it? Doesn't that feel good when something that was brand new 23 minutes ago, now you're like, okay, this is easy. This is too easy. That must feel so good to be able to learn things that quickly. So, flan dope, consonants. We have f, l, a, n, d, o, p. Vowels. For the ah sound, we can use an O right here just fine. It still says ah because of those two consonants after it. For this, I can't leave it with just an O because it needs a vowel to say its name in the next one or two spots. So I'm going to choose the silent D because it comes at the end of a longer word. Longer word meaning there's more than one syllable in it. More than one syllable means there are more than one vowel that don't touch. That's how you know it's a longer word, if there's more than one vowels that don't touch. All right, let's see if I can, I feel like I should probably put a harder one in here. Let's try a 3-syllable word. O-chom-pode. O-chom-pode. O-ch-ah-m-p-o-d. O-ch. Let me make that neater. Ah-m-p-o-d. Are you guys already spelling it? Let me look at the chat here. You sure are. Wow, look at that. Okay, for the rest of us who are a little slower, let's go take this one sound at a time here. For the O sound, I want that to say O. My only option for the vowel 1 or 2 doors away is that OA. That's going to spell the O sound here. For the ah sound, an regular O will work just fine right here. For the O sound at the end, I'm going to need a silent E. There is O-chom-pode. Nice! Oh my goodness. See, I'm confident it must feel amazing to be you. You blow me away. All right, let's try another hard one and then we'll end on an easier one. Okay, phloem pradote. Phloem pradote on your own. O-m-p-r-a-d-o-t. Go ahead. Phloem pradote. And that second sound is a ul. Phloem. It's probably hard to hear in the mic. I'm just going to put that L right here. The first two sounds are FL. Phloem pradote. Phloem. My lips are closed after the O. Phloem pradote. Yeah. My lips are closed after the O, the first O. So consonants. F, L, O, M. P, R, A, D, O, T. Now, if you didn't get this so far, I'm going to stop right here and let you try to adjust your answer because it's the vowels that is the hard part. So if you want to make sure that you are with me so far, then we can do the vowels together. So phloem, for the O sound right here, I'm going to need another vowel. My only other choice is an A. For the ah sound right here, I can use an O, but it requires two consonants. If there's not two, make two. And then for the O sound at the end, I'm going to need a silent E at the end. That is phloem product. I want you to tell me if you got it or if you were close. I want one of those two words. Yay, Fatima. I want to hear got it or I was close in the Q&A. Good, Joseph. Clement, I bet you were close. Don't be hard on yourself. I bet you were very close. Nice, Sarah. Yay, Nathan. Yep, you were close. You were close. All right, we're going to end on an easier one. Your last word is og. Og. Go ahead. Og. Put it in the chat when you're done. It's a little easier than the last one, huh? Just slightly. Yeah, there you go. All right, so what you have proven to me, you're showing me that you know that you are going to need an OA right in this spot. You might not have been very clear on when to use OA before, but now you're showing me that you know that when you need the O sound in the beginning of middle of words, especially short words, you're going to use an OA. But if it's at the end of longer words, you can use an O consonant E. All right, so you have learned today, just as another little repeat here, of what you know so far about O. You know that when O has another vowel one or two doors away, it has to say O. So if it doesn't have another vowel one or two doors away, your choices are an A for the beginning or middle of short words, or a consonant and a silent E for the second spot away at the end of longer words. Yeah? How are you feeling? How are you feeling after today? Let me put a word in the chat. Let me see how I'm sending you off into the world, hopefully with good feelings. Oh, I like the very good. Nice. You should feel very good. Because even if you didn't get them all right, if you got close, that was closer than you would have got if you hadn't come to class. You didn't know anything about this new pattern. Fantastic. Nice, Sheldon. Very good. Okay, if you are able, I would love to see you in the practicum tomorrow where we'll do some one-on-one with some feedback. Hope to see you there. Bye, everybody.